Alright everybody, back with some stuff from Jetman 80. But before I get to that, just wanted to talk about the background a bit. Didn't make reference to it in my last few videos, but for years I had that box back there with the stickers on it. But what happened was I had a bunch of like loose cards and top loaders that were just in stacks everywhere. I had nowhere to put them. So I ended up buying a few more of these 3-row boxes. But then the problem was I had nowhere to put the boxes, so ended up putting them back here, and the box that used to be back here, which was a 5-row box, I stacked it on top of another 5-row box off to the left. So yeah, now the background looks kind of plain. Not sure if I'll always keep it that way. It's just what works for right now. But anyway, let's get to this stuff from Jetman 80 or Jetman 80. But as everybody knows, huge Jets fan. Also a big Yankee fan, but just doesn't collect the Yankees the same way he collects the Jets. So said he wanted to send me some of his Yankee stuff. Really like these Garrett Coles with the Yankees. Definitely don't have a lot of cards of him as a Yankee. I think I only have like 2 other ones. That's a nice Whitey Ford, Big League. You know, a lot of people talk down about Big League, saying it's a cheap product or a kid's product, but I usually like it. Not even sure if they still make it. It's a nice Babe Ruth insert. DiMaggio insert. Got a Judge opening day. Apparently he and Stanton are working on getting like in better baseball shape so they won't get hurt as much. I'll believe it when I see it. Got a Gary Green. Really glad that they didn't give up on him, at least not yet. Think he can still bounce back in a full season. I like these. I remember buying a lot of these packs. This is 2012 Bowman Platinum. I think I've said before, but around 2012 is when I really started buying a lot of packs again and bought a bunch of these. Pulled some Bryce Harper rookies out of that. We got this A-Rod minor league or college card. Not even sure he went to college, so I think it's got to be like a minor league, like pre-rookie, whatever you want to call it. This one's really cool. It's Glaber die cut from Leather and Lumber. Really liked that set that year. They had a lot of different designs that all look like inserts. I remember a few of us got together and chipped in to buy a box of this on Snotzilla's channel a few years ago. Always wanted to get some more of the base since then, but just never did it. Even threw in a few Giants cards in here. Really like this Xavier McKinney rookie. This from the Panini sticker collection. Never bought any of these, but again, just like the way they look. And in general, it's just nice seeing some different stuff. You don't see a lot of people showing these. After a while, you see people showing a lot of the same stuff over and over again. It's nice to see a different photo of him. Seems like most of his other rookies are the same shot of him running at the combine. So got this Daniel Jones Field Vision Green against Tampa right there. I think that was his first ever start. And after that, all of his rookies and autos just took off. They haven't really cooled down since. I mean, I like the guy, but I think all of his stuff is like way overpriced. A lot of his autos are like in the triple-digit range, which I think is just ridiculous. And I think it could be decent, but hasn't really done anything to deserve for his cars to be at that price range. And in addition to that, he also threw in a bunch of autographs of Yankee minor leaguers through the years. I think Sam used to get a lot of these in person at the Trenton Thunder games in New Jersey. Kevin Russo, I remember him. He got called up a few times. Pulled a few of his rookies. I think it was back around 2010. Slade Heathcott, he was considered a good prospect. Thought he was going to be good. I thought he would be like another Brett Gardner type, but just never really developed. Ross Ollendorf, remember him? They got him from Arizona. I think it was when they traded Randy Johnson back to Arizona. There's another Kevin Russo. Really like this one, believe it or not. Kei Gawa was a complete flop for the Yankees, but as I always say, you got to remember guys like this. You got to remember the good and the bad from your teams. But yeah, that was the year that the Yankees and the Red Sox were trying to get Daisuke Matsuzaka from Japan, and the Red Sox ended up getting him, and the Yankee counter move was to get Kei Gawa, who again was just completely awful. Funny thing is, I remember when the Yankees signed him, some of the so-called experts on TV were comparing him to Tom Glavine, which I don't know how the hell they made that comparison. He was nothing close to Tom Glavine. Really like the way these look. Some of these minor league sets look pretty cool. Look at the back of that one. Yeah, some of the designs on these. Not even sure what company that is. Grandstand. This guy could be Yankee PC or Puerto Rican PC. Jonathan Abaladejo. Remember him too. They traded somebody to Washington for him. I think it was Tyler Clippard. But yeah, the front office was really high on him. They thought he was going to be like a dominant reliever, but again, another guy that just didn't pan out. He got called up a few times, had good stuff, but just couldn't put it all together. I'm sure every team has dozens of guys like that through the years. Don't remember this guy, Gerardo Casadiego. Thunder uniform kind of looks like a Toronto uniform there. And of course, you got to remember this guy. I think even non-Yankee fans remember this guy, Jesus Montero. Huge prospect. He was like Gary Sanchez before Gary Sanchez. And I usually don't get caught up in prospects, but he was one that I really liked. I remember the day he got traded, I was actually at work, and a friend of mine told me about the trade, and I was so disappointed. It just ruined my entire day. It just goes to show you, don't let stuff like that bother you, because in hindsight, I was upset over nothing, because his career didn't really last very long. This guy I don't remember at all. Lou Hill. This is going way back. This is the Greensboro Hornets, I think they were called. I do remember this guy, Matt Luke. What I remember about him is, I can't remember if it was This Week in Baseball segment or maybe it was on one of the Yankee shows, but as a kid he had to have a bunch of face operations. I forget why, I forget what he had, but ended up making it to the majors. Another guy that didn't last very long, but I do remember he played a few years with the Dodgers. Maybe some of you Dodgers guys will remember him. Last one, nice one to end on. Got a Bobby Richardson. Shout out to Impact player, big Bobby Richardson guy. Played with a lot of Yankee legends. Solid player in his own right, but just wasn't quite on the level with all the legends he played with, so he kind of gets forgotten about. But yeah, thanks Sam. Very nice stack there. Sorry it took so long to make a video for it. And I still have to show a bunch of other pickups that I picked up from late 2020, but it's just been difficult to get videos done lately, so I will talk to you guys again whenever I can.